Ladies in my posse deep and irate, and we act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over bait. Put the brand on me. Bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Have a roof all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'ma need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, yeah. Super fly for the dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'ma stand up. Take a chance, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. The Ferragamo stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte back, liquor clean. Dead presses in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe.
Over here, empty your pocket. I don't do that. You might press me. You do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go, come on.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Rodgers to throw on second down. It finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
We got three, fellas. We need 3.
They get it to him running left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambo will put this one through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Keenum. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burgess. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Tailback, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Here we go now.
On second down, Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
319, 258.
Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense. Here on the road early, they got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Jackson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw here is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 3rd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Throws right side, and that's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Again, Jackson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney!
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd down, that's Burgess. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
This one taken from the 7. He's got daylight.
All praises for a tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position.
Hey, we are going. Zoom.
Now it's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. Working left side, Andrews with it complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Space to maneuver at the 40. The quick feet by Jackson. And still fighting. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 53 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Looking deep for Adams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They start the drive with Cook. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And now he'll tuck it and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Watching that, Barney!
Play action. It's Jackson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brad Wing now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Lets it fly. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Gun!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. 3-19. To throw again, Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mike Daniels able to drop him for a loss of 4.
No, check.
Well, that was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And now the Packers get set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Cook. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays. But
now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down in the second half. That and maybe do something different.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw, it's Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Jackson on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, and we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he finds Tyler Croft. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. Fighting through. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 57 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 10. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. After the interception, here's Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now it's Jackson.
319.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Keeps himself in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he's trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gone! 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 Gone!
And the blitz does come. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Jackson. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. He shakes him off. Steps away, and he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to. You and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looking to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Back to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can.
Oh, wide open, complete. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb in the final minute. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game. And at the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And he finds Cook. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know, in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Does he have the distance? He does. It's good. My goodness, he hits it from the parking lot as time expires. And there'll be some happy cheeseheads tonight as the Packers have won the game. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Green Bay, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss, and they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving that rude boy, I'm waving at you boy, ran off on the two like True Goy, imagine me do boy, you could never do what I do boy, still ducking that I did boy, in Paris for a hit boy, these ain't the same type of hits boy, can get boy, you don't take these type of risks, boy, cause this boy been throwing that like rich boy, you miss, boy. Your numbers don't add up on the, that was 10 years ago. If you know, you know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye. The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child, you ain't orphan enough. A rapper turn can't morph into us, but a turn rapper can morph into puff. Dance contest for the I predict Al Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up to you all get a bird. This Oprah. Layers in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the for the wrong sport. You know, you know.